Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Friday Focus, where we do not focus on what is seen, but on what is unseen. We're continuing our look at the Psalms, and today we're going to look at Psalm 62. I call it stress, S-T-R-E-S-S, stress. Everybody knows what that is. It's no secret we're living in stressful times. It's everywhere, affecting us during long days and even longer nights. CTV reports that Canadians are losing sleep at an alarming rate. Another study suggests that sleeplessness is becoming a significant health issue for Australians, while American Psychological Association also reports growing concerns regarding insomnia. Stress is everywhere and it's affecting us and the way we live. The problem is escalating, birthing significant unease among health professionals. It's reported that insomnia is not only on the rise in Canada, but as of yet has not returned to pre-pandemic levels. Why? What's going on? The medical profession is looking for a physical diagnosis. But is it something more? Could it be that people are reacting to the global stress that has been present since the pandemic? Tensions have risen sharply in the last 5 years. The cost of living has skyrocketed. Unpredictable weather patterns pummel our planet, and wars that promise to drag us to oblivion have inflicted huge losses. Once peaceful trade between nations is jeopardized, and it's a struggle just to hold it together and make ends meet. All of this and more begs the question, is there a way out of this mess? Well, an answer can be found in Psalm 62. Rather than fixating on the problems and difficulties, the psalmist looks at a refocusing of heart and mind. Will it work? Well, David thought so. In verse 1 of Psalm 62, David says, "My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from Him." It's possible to be in dire straits and yet be at peace through a relationship with the Lord. It may not mean that a miraculous intervention will rescue you from those things that are stressing you, but you can be sure that the Lord will not only give you the peace you need to go through those stress-filled days, but also to emerge victorious. Jesus said, "I'm leaving you with a gift, peace of mind and heart. And the peace I give is a gift the world cannot give. So don't be troubled or afraid." That's found in John 14, verse 27. In verse 2 of Psalm 62, David affirms his faith in God's ability to give the peace and rest that he needs. This is what he says. "He, God, alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress, where I will never be shaken." Because of his relationship with the Lord, David's faith could not be undermined by the troubles he faced. Through them all, peace reigned. How so? Well, because of the effects of faith. Sure, we can take a detour and get hijacked by feelings and emotional outbursts, or we can trust God. Don't think so? We've seen how David opened his psalm. Now look at what he faced. This is what David had to deal with. He says this, "So many enemies against one man, all of them trying to kill me." Anybody trying to kill you? "To them, I'm just a broken down wall or a tottering fence. They plan to topple me from my high position. They delight in telling lies about me. They praise me to my face, but curse me in their hearts." Psalm 62, verses 3 and 4. Because there is an enemy of our souls who hates us, and because he wants to hurt the one who created and loves us, This enemy will make sure there will be things that enter our lives that are meant to hurt us and stress us out. That hurts God when he sees us hurting. Problems and issues that will bring about tension-filled days and nights are what we need to deal with. Are you there now? Let God use them to grow you. In fact, the scripture says, let all that I am wait quietly before God, for my hope is in him. Is that where your hope is? He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress, where I will not be shaken. My victory and honor come from God alone. He is my refuge, a rock where no enemy can reach me. Oh, my people, trust in him at all times. Not just some of the times, not just Sunday morning in church, but at all times. Pour out your heart to him, for God is our refuge, our safe place, a place to hide, a place to trust. Psalm 62, verses 5 through 8. As strange as it may seem, some of my most peaceful memories were during some of the most troublesome and tension-filled times of my life. I love David's invitation in verse 8. It's as if the Lord himself were giving it. Listen to what David writes. Oh, my people, trust in him at all times. Pour out your heart to him. Do you do that? Will you exercise enough faith to be okay no matter how things turn out? That's not easy to do. We tend to allow things, situation, and people to get in our way, to displace our faith. However, check out Paul's letter to the Philippians. I've been looking at Philippians lately. It's a great letter. And I like what Paul has to say in chapter 4, verses 11 through 13. He says this, not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it's with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little, for I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That'd be a great place to place our trust. You know, in my Bible, beside those verses in Philippians 4, I've written, faith is not okay, or it's not about everything turning out okay. Faith is about being okay no matter how things turn out. And that's exactly how David felt. There were many times when both tension and its sidekick, stress, inundated David. In many of his Psalms, we read of his anger, confusion, fear, and a whole boatload of things that were bent on taking him down. But if we keep reading, we find that despite all that assailed him, David circles back to his faith in an all-powerful God. And this psalm, Psalm 62, is no exception. Listen to what he says in verses 11 and 12. God has spoken plainly, and I have heard it many times. Power, O God, belongs to you. Unfailing love, O Lord, is yours. Surely you repay all people according to what they have done. Great words from a great man, a humble man, a man who learned to trust God, even when everything was going in the opposite direction. Psalm 4:8 has also great words. In peace, I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, will keep me safe. So much for stress. This is Dr. Vic Hollyford in His Grace. If you have any comments or questions, you can address them to me at vicsfridayfocus@gmail.com. That's vicsfridayfocus@gmail.com. God bless you and have a tremendous week.